Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो खाली राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you, here zero complaint level, मौज में रहोगी अभी. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. If we can learn from our dreams, the riddle of this creation, God, etc. will be over. We have to learn from our dream. In that dream, every dream, there are two aspects. One is what is created, and second is who is the creator. Without a creator, there cannot be creation. Now, there are these two things separate. That created is separate and the creator is separate. It's only one, the mind. In the same manner, Mayam tu prakritim vidya mainam tu maheshwaram asya avayabhutaistu vyaptam sarvamidam jagat. So these are two things called as the Maya, the potentiality, and the one who wields the potentiality, the Ishvara, Maheshwara. So the world is created by these two. So there is Dvaita. So Ishvara is dependent on Maya. So how he can be the creator? He is dependent. Now these riddles are answered in the Upanishad, where it is explained, Yathorna nabhi srujate grunnate cha yatha pruthivyam oshadhayaha sambhavanti yatha satapurushat keshalomani tatha ksharat sambhavatiha vishvam. That one reality, Akshara Tattva, from this whole world is manifested. Sambhavati, Samyak Bhavati. Now three examples are given. First example, Yatha Urnanabhi Srujate Grunnatecha. Urnanabhi means the spider. Spider constructs his house, his place. He doesn't have to bother about getting the labor. He doesn't have to bother about getting the material for construction. He doesn't have to bother about the engineer, the architect, a proper place, and getting permission, should we construct here or not? Nothing. He is everything. He is the material cause. He is the efficient cause. So when a spider can do that, Bhagavan cannot do it. This is one. Now the second contradiction. Yatha pruthivyam oshadhayaha sambhavanti. Prithvi is inert. stones and bricks and clay. From this, close that door. From that inert Prithvi, earth, the living plants grow. Another funny thing. And the third, Yatha Satap Purushat. Satap Purusha is what? The living being. From the living being, the dead hair come out. See? So when this is possible, can't Bhagwan Ishvara create this world? Therefore, who is the Ishvara? So Mayam tu Prakritim Vidyat, Mayinam tu Maheshwara. Mayinam is the wielder of the Maya. Asya Avayava Bhutaihi tu Vyaptam Sarvamidam Jagat. So Asya, of this Maya, see, of this Ishvara, when we say Ishvara, we are talking about Brahman plus Maya, in technical terms called as Shabala Brahma. Shabala Brahma means when Maya is referred. When we say Brahma, Maya is not referred. Then he is not Ishvara. So, this Ishvara alone is expanded by the help of this Maya Shakti. Like the water. Water has its own inherent power, Maya or Shakti. That Shakti creates ocean out of water. Do we see the ocean of the stones, bricks? No. Only the water is having that potentiality, and because of that, the water becomes the ocean. Now, the same potentiality further expands, and that ocean becomes the waves, all kinds of waves. See? Now, if this is true, now what should be understood? When the waves are added, born or die, there is no influence on the ocean. Whether it is ocean or waves, no influence on the water. The water does not sink in the ocean, and the water doesn't get broken into pieces when the waves come or die. Meaning, from water's point of view, there is neither ocean nor waves. See? Exactly the same way. From the Ishvara's point of view, there is no creation, there is no destruction. See, friends, this we have to recognize. And are we not experiencing that in our dream? The whole world is created. And thereafter, where the world has gone, where it was. See? So, this Brahman with the Maya called Ishvara, now this Ishvara is alone expanded in the form of the creation. And in that, although the creation is created, yet the Ishvara or the Brahman is uninfluenced by this. This is how the ocean becomes the Ishvara and the water becomes the Brahman. If these points are clear, then we will be able to understand it more easily and distinctly. Iti Shruti Anusarena Nyayo Nirnaya Ishvare Yatha Sati Avirodaha Syad Savarantesha Vadinam. Now, this is according to the scripture. Iti Shruti Anusarena. About the Ishvara Nirnayaha Syat. This is the ultimate dictum given by the scriptures, Upanishad. This being so, although it is true, Sthavaranta Ishavadinam, see, Avirodaha Syat. This being so, whether somebody is worshipping God in the form of the inert world, or somebody worshipping the God in the form of the avatar, or somebody is worshipping the God or the Ishvara in the form of the Guru or the mother or the father, all is right, nothing is wrong. This is the meaning. See? Because without Ishvara, nothing can exist. And that eternal existence alone is as if expanded in the form of manyness. This is the nirnaya, this is the ultimate given. Now, after having said this, now let us find out what is this Maya. Who is responsible for reducing the Brahman to Ishvara? So, this is now said. Maya cha iyam tamo rupa tapaniye tadidranat anubhutim tatra manam pratijajne shruti swayam. Now, what is this Maya? Now, this Maya is tamo rupa. Tamo rupa means inert. Tamo rupa means independently doesn't have existence. The table cannot move independently from here to there. Therefore, tamo rupa. So, Iyam Maya Tamo Rupa Tapaniya, in Tapaniya Upanishad it is declared. There also, Anubhutim Manam Shruti Swayam Pratijajne. And this is a distinct experience. This is how our scriptures tell. Now, what is told by the scriptures? Manam is Pramanam. Jadam Mohatmakam Tacha Iti Anubhavayati Shruti. Now, when this is Tamoguna or inert, what does it mean? So, this Tamoguna or inert has to be understood from two standpoints. The world of objects is Tamoguna inert. It has no knowledge. See? And the same Maya, Tamoguna, operates on us in the form of Mohatmakam, Moha. Moha is what? Moha is what is not seen. What is not seen, that is imagined. And our imagination is taken as real. So, Jadam Mohatmakam. So, what is the meaning of the Tamoguna Maya? Is the world which is inert, and in us it is a moha. What is a moha therefore? We go on imagining, he is my friend, he is my enemy, and this is good, this is bad, and we come under the influence of that so strongly, we are unable to get out of it. See? How simple it is, my friends, it's not difficult. Therefore, we all talk about moksha. What is the moksha? Moksha. Mo means moha, ksha means kshaya. When we are liberated from these wrong notions, we are free. We are all leading only the notional life. What is the notional life? We have notions about us. I am good, I am bad, I am fortunate, I am unfortunate. Earlier I was lazy, now I am crazy. All different notions. And we go on imagining. Spiritual life means changing the notions. This point I have made many times. Earlier I was a bhogi, now I am a yogi. Earlier I was idiot, now I am super. See? Earlier I was single, now I am married. So that I is still maintained. Remember this principle. We have to get freedom not for I, freedom from I. And this is our everyday experience. When we go to sleep, what exactly happens is only freedom from I. Because in the deep sleep, we are nowhere, we are never, and we are nobody. Under these three conditions put together is the experience of bliss. But when somebody is born, the bliss is reduced to the blisters. And we suffer throughout life because how the blisters happen? When two things rub at each other, then blisters happen. See? So, jadam mohatmakam tachi iti anubhavayati shruti abala gopa spashtatvad anantyam tasya sabravit. So, even the illiterate people, see, this can be read in two ways. Abala gopa spashtatvat. This can be known even by the cowherd children. This is one. Second thing, you can take Bhagwan Krishna here. Abala gopa spashtatvat. Bhagwan Krishna also declared in Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, it is very distinctly explained. Now, the nature of the inertness. What is the meaning of inertness and the delusion? Moha is delusion. Be attentive. Delusion is the cause, illusion is the effect. Simple. Delusion is in our mind. As a result, illusion happens. So the boy goes and around and looks at a particular girl, and then he starts imagining, I think why she has come here, maybe God has sent her. He has got better jobs. So that delusion comes. And then the illusion, she is made for me, made for each other. So before marriage, made for each other. After marriage, made at each other. See? Therefore, Achidatma Ghatadinam. What is the meaning of Tamogani Maya? Nature of this thing, Jadatva, is Achidatmaka Ghatadinam. The pot or the table, etc., they are not sentient. They are inert, Jada. And yes, Swarupam Jadam Hitar, Yatra Kunti Bhavet Buddhi, where our intellect cannot function. Kunti Bhavet becomes dumb. So, Yatra Kunti Bhavet Buddhi, Samoha iti laukikaha. So, what is the delusion? Delusion is this. We are unable to comprehend the things as they are. There could be many reasons. One of the reasons is we want something. And when we want something, then we will go on imagining and we get lost in that. See? Therefore, the Maya is functioning at two levels. In the objective world as inert and in the subjective world as delusion. Now, what is the delusion? We go on imagining, see what is the birth of a desire? How the desires happen? See? First step. Now let us see for this thing. In the deep sleep, what is the reason we are happy? Because we have no desire. Second thing, there is no sense of otherness. Third thing, there is no sense of limitations. See? So these two conditions are the basis of birth of a desire. Now you can see, young, healthy, independent, happy-go-lucky boy starts thinking, what a life without a wife. So, I am incomplete without a wife. Sense of incompleteness. And then he starts the shopping. See? And in that, then he comes across somebody and starts imagining that she is made for me. How? And then he starts spinning. See? And what is that spinning? We keep on imagining. That imagination is more. Imagining. See, she is good, she is intelligent, she is educated, she comes from a rich family, there is no problem, they belong to our culture, our tradition. I think God has sent her only for me. This is what? Projection. And this projection becomes very strong. And after some time, I cannot live without her. After marriage, I cannot live because of her. Both are moha. See, my friends. So, how the desires are born? So, the parents of the desire are two. First is a sense of incompleteness, and second is the sense of otherness. We cannot have desire of ourselves. We can have desire for us, not of us. See? But when we are extrovert, look outside, then we start imagining I am incomplete. Therefore, this yatra kunti bhavet buddhi, the intellect becomes stunned. And samoha iti laukikaha. Therefore, this Maya is expressing now in two ways. First, it is in the form of inert world, and second, in the form of the delusion for those who are experiencing this world. Ittam laukika drishtaitat sarvahi api anubhuyate. Now, this is distinctly, clearly, that is inertness and the delusion is experienced by everyone, by everybody. Now, yukti drishtya tu anirvachyam. But when you start logically trying to find out, it cannot be explained. What cannot be explained? Out of one Brahman, how can Maya create contradictory things? See? Therefore, laukika drishtya, from our standpoint, it is not possible. Laukika ete sarvam api anubhuvite yukti drishtya anirvachyam. But when we start logically trying to find out, we say anirvachyam, it cannot be. So, nasadaditi shrutehe. So, nasadiya sukta is there in Rigveda. There it comes. Nasadiya, there is nothing like this world. No asat. Nasat iti nasadiya iti shrutehe. Therefore, what to talk about this world? Whether it is or it is not. See? If it is, where does it disappear when we are in sleep? And when we are awake, where from it comes? See? When I am awake, I am a doctor. When I am asleep, I am no more a doctor. So where the doctor has gone? When I wake up, then I do not become anybody else except the doctor. At the most, I may become patient. See? I will not become engineer. So where the doctor had gone? Nowhere. If he is real, he should be all the time available. But he is not. Therefore, manifestation and manifestation, manifestation and manifestation. This is what Bhagavan says in Gita. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nijananeva tatra ka paridevana. Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. Everything is unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest, manifest. Like this, all the waves come from within the ocean, go back to the ocean. They don't come from outside. See? Slowly, slowly, when you start analyzing and looking this world with this eye of wisdom, then we come to know, like all the waves do not come from outside, but from within the ocean. Exactly the same way, the whole world doesn't come from outside, it comes from within. Mai eva sakalam jatam, mai sarvam pratishtitam, mai sarvam layam yati tad brahmadvayamas. The doctor who slept, he didn't come from outside, he comes from there because I only was the doctor and I withdrawn, again I am the same. Nothing is created in this world and nothing is destroyed. See, Nasadiya Sukta tells this thing. Therefore, anirvacham, it cannot be described. So, this anirvacham, this maya or the ignorance cannot be properly described. It is not there, but it is there. Iti shrutehe. See, friend. Nasadasid vibhatatvat na sadasit badhanar vidya drishtya shrutam tucham tasya nitya nivrittataha. Now this is another very beautiful how the Maya is to be understood. See, Bhagavan Shankaracharya defines in his Vivek Chudamani. He says, Avyakta namni paramesha shakti. This Maya or Shakti of the Paramatma is called as Avyakta. Avyakta means unmanifest. Unmanifest means unless it manifests, it is not known. Therefore, karyanugamya. When the when it is manifested, then we know. Take one example, I'll tell you. I was in Portugal. There was some international yoga conference. I don't know why they call me for yoga, although I make fun of them, but I went there. And after that was, so all the people, big Mahatmas with their disciples and all that, and big, and I was Ekamama Aditya, no Nana, no Mama. And therefore, I was sitting in one corner. Nobody will say even hello because I was only one without any nuisance around me. So afterwards, this happened on the third day. So many programs were going on, and I was enjoying. I had gone for time pass, no other. And when I gave my talk after that, all those yogis were so serious all the time, 3 days. So I thought now they will die otherwise. They have to be relaxed totally. And therefore, in our light mode, I started. And when that talk was over, he said, Swamiji, you should have begun in the beginning, Now we are concluding. We suffered 3 days so much because yoga. So, this expression was in me, but it was not manifest. See? In the same manner, this whole world is inherent, unmanifest in the divine. And therefore, God is not influenced by good or bad. Now, this we have to practice. Good thought comes, bad thought comes. Who cares? Don't fight with the mind. Because everything comes from me. Everything is maintained in me, goes back to me. So this is how it is going on and on. And therefore, we cannot say that this ignorance or the Maya is not there, it is there, therefore we make mistakes. And we cannot say it is because it can be negated by proper inquiry. So whenever we are influenced, the Maya is. But through wisdom and inquiry, we can go beyond the influence of the Maya and therefore it is not there. See, both ways. So, Avyaktanami Paramesha Shakti, this Shakti of Paramatma is Avyakta, and then Sat Asi Api Asat Api Ubhayatmikano. It is both. It is and it is not. It is when we suffer. It is not when we come out of the suffering. Continues. Therefore, one of the spiritual practices is do not hang on to any experience in your life for long. Any experience, good or bad. If we hang on that, then we are holding on to that Maya. Because this is what it functions, how it functions. Therefore, Vidya Drishtya, but when we study the scriptures and understand properly, this Maya is tucham, meaningless. See? And this we every one of us experience. One couple from, I think, North India, probably Rajasthan or somewhere. They went for a honeymoon to our Goa. When they go to the seaside, Rajasthan, no water, forget about ocean. So when they went to the seaside ocean, they were enjoying, and there you get many things made out of the shells. So first time that girl has said, how beautiful, we should buy this, we should buy this. Now poor husband has to say yes because it is the first day. Yes, we should buy. So many things are collected and they go home and then hang it. And after a few days, if you take your finger and move on any of them, you can put a chandan on your roots. They won't even touch it. But that time, it is so nice, it is so nice. Are we not doing it? Before Diwali, what is the program? We empty the things. How many things we collect? First, we only said it is important. Now we only say it is not important. This is the nature of the mind. Therefore, Vidya Drishtya, if you are intelligent enough, then you will not go on gathering uncalled for stuff in your life, in your homes, and keep yourself minimum possessions. There are some houses which I like very much. They have got big house, but hardly anything in the house. One sofa set, one or two picture of Bhagwan, somewhere which you can't see even, and everything empty. So beautiful it is. Otherwise, there are so many things as if it is a exhibition or what. Keep minimum things, you will be more happy. Lesser the possession, higher is the joy. So, this Maya is creating problem because we don't understand, we don't think properly. So, it is said, Vidya Drishtya Tucham Shrutam Tasya Nitya Nivrittataha, because it can be removed by proper inquiry. तुच्छा अनिर्वचनीया च वास्तविक चैत्यसौ त्रिधा नेया माया त्रिभिर्बोधैः श्रौत युक्ति लौकिकैः. Now this Maya is now further explained so that how we can get out of our wrong. Now understand, Maya means what? Wrong notions. If you use only the word wrong and this Maya, you will take it for granted. Wrong notion should be clearly understood. So, Asau Maya, this Maya, Shrauta according to the scripture, Yauktika according to logic, and Laukikaihi according to the popular experiences. The is recognized in three ways. See. So, Shrauta according to scriptures, Yauktika logically, and Laukikaihi according to average experiences. This is three ways the Maya is recognized. Now, Tuchcha cha anirvachaniya vastavi. According to the scriptural understanding, that is Shrauta, is meaningless. It has no meaning. See? Can we show the Maya of Bhagavan as something in hand, or take subjectively? Can we show the wrong notions? Wrong notions cannot be shown. Why? Because wrong notions are negated by proper inquiry. So then the wrong notions don't exist. Therefore, Shrauta, when we look at the world and all that is happening, wrong notions and the world, etc., when you study the scripture, we come to know this has no meaning. Tuchcha. And then when we start Yauktika logically, then we come to know it cannot be explained logically. It is or it is not. See? And one of the condition of the Maya is the cause and effect. See? There was a digitally downloaded child. He was given the username and a password. And one day, the father, AI father, he became very angry for some reason. And he told, I gave you birth and you behave like this with me? Now, this digital character said, Dad, enough is enough. So dad stunned. Now what is coming? Who told you you gave me birth? Now he started spinning. Now what is coming out? Then, I gave you birth. Without me, who called you dad? Therefore, the father is the cause of the son, or the son is the cause of the father. So, mutual dependence is supported by something which is independent of both of them. It is here we get caught up logically in our life. Get out of this logical catch. Therefore, anirvachaniya, you can't explain. When you talk logically, and anirvachaniya cha vastavi. And the third one is the vastavi. But we take it very real. No, no, no. It is when you will suffer, then you will know how difficult it is. See? When you justify you are miserable, you are under the influence of Maya. When you look at your miseries and compare with others, you come to know you are far less miserable as compared to others. And when you go within, according to the scriptures, then we come to know, like in Dakshinamurti Stotra, बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ् निर्विकल्पं पुनः माया कल्पित देशकालकलन वैचित्र चित्रीकृतम्. In the seed, the whole tree is hidden, unmanifest. See? Bijasyantarivangkuro jagadidam, the whole world is unmanifest. And then Maya kalpita desha kala kalana. So this is the story of our deep sleep. In deep sleep, there is nobody, there is nothing. But there is no absence. Because absence is established by the presence of something or somebody. And then how we come out of the deep sleep? First, we become aware of ourselves. I. Then we look into the watch. What is the time? Then where I am, space. Then what I have to do, the world begins. So when we were in deep sleep, where were we? When were we? How were we? And what were we? Nothing. See? And what is the world? Only these three parameters. Time, space and object. See? These days, these physics people, they are talking about all this and everything is possible in that quantum physics. There is no quantity in that physics. Quantum physics. See? Asau maya shrutau, maya shrauta, yauktika, laukika. So three ways. If we understand it according to scripture, meaningless, don't waste your time. Logically, you cannot explain it properly. And if we take it laukikaihi, then oh, it is very real. When you will have pain, then you will understand, Swamiji, what you suffer. If you have pain, congratulate, you are still alive. Oh, good. Dead bodies don't have pain. See? When you take this approach in life, then we will go through ups and downs, but we will not become miserable. Therefore, to go beyond the impact of the Maya, what should be the way? Do not compare your life with anybody, number one. Number two, don't bring your dead past in the present. Number three, don't try to solve the non-existing problems of the future through the process of worrying. What is a worry? Worry is trying to solve the non-existing problems. See? If I do this thing, what will happen? When? After 20 years. Before that, you will die. See, friends, this is so simple. So, asya sattvam asatvam cha jagataha darshayatyasau. When you take this Maya as real, then you see the world is very real, solid. And when you take this as Leela, Rama Leela, Krishna Leela, therefore, friends, all the problems of the universe, the world, can be sorted out only by one word. It is Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. See, if you study Bhagavad Mahapuran in the 11th canto, right in the beginning, Bhagwan is, it is said, Bhagwan Vacha. He is, as in soliloquy, he is talking to himself. I have come in this world for removing all the bad elements. All the Rakshasas, they were killed. Like Charnura or the Tataka and all that, they were killed. And thereafter, I made the Kauravas and Pandavas fight together so that most of the powerful kings will be killed. They were killed. Now my job is over, but still one job is remaining. This is there clearly written. Now, my children, now you have got hardly one child and how miserable you are. Look at Bhagavan Krishna. 16,108. From every wife he had 10 sons and one daughter. See? You don't require a house, 2 BHK, 1 BHK. Now, he started thinking, all these fellows have become so powerful with my strength. Before I leave this world, conclude my Leela, before I conclude my Leela, I must sort them out. Otherwise, there will remain problem. Then what he did, he created that Jambavati. He was a very handsome boy, so he put a chabi in the minds of those other children. Then he was dressed like a pregnant woman by putting the cloth, etc. And they went to some saints and did their prayer and all that. Sir, she is very shy, she doesn't feel like talking, but we want to know whether it will be a son or a daughter. Now the wise men knew that they are having fake approach. There was one steel musal hidden here. So those rishis said, a musal will be born and will be responsible for the destruction of your whole clan. And then they were frightened. What to do, what to do? They went back and really a musal came out. And then they did not tell anything to Bhagavan Krishna. Then all the king and everybody, they have powdered it and threw in the ocean. And out of that only the grass came. All the stories. See? So, when this was done, then he made them go to Prabhas Chitra, and thereafter they were drunk and started fighting with each other and started killing each other. Bhagwan was feeling very happy. Now all of them will be over and then I can leave this world and peace will remain behind. But he failed. A failure of his performance. Because Bhagwan Krishna was Yaduvamshi, therefore Yadav. What was the name of Bhagwan Krishna? Sri Krishna Vasudev Yadav. S.V. Yadav. So, all these fellows should have been killed, but they were not killed because whatever reason. And therefore, now also they are creating problem in this country. See? This is only Leela. Don't take life too seriously. If you take life seriously, you are giving a status of reality. Everything is happening. Therefore, Karnataka. Don't forget you are in Bengaluru. Natak karo. What natak? What are you doing now? As if listening. See? Therefore, asya sattvam sattvam cha jagataha darshayatyasav. When you take this Maya as real or unreal, then this world appears to be so real. Prasaranacha sankochacha yatha chitra patas tatha. Now we come to the topic. What is the Chitra Deep? Don't forget. Where are we? Kahan se aa gaye? So the cloth is not proper to make any painting. So that cloth is made straight by application of starch. After that it is allowed to dry. Thereafter, with a pencil, various outlines are drawn. Third stage, cloth, then starch, then the sketches. Thereafter, then painting is done. When the cloth is open, the whole painting is seen. When that cloth is rolled up, where the whole thing has gone. On the cloth of the mind, this world appears. When you enfold the cloth, the mind, as in deep sleep, the world disappears. So, what is the mind? Mind is the knowledge where objectivity is valid. And what is consciousness? Where that is also knowledge. So, mind is knowledge, consciousness is knowledge. The ocean is water, the waves are water. See? So, the mind is knowledge, consciousness is knowledge. Mind is knowledge where objectivity is prominent. Consciousness is knowledge where objectivity is absent. Unless there is a sense of otherness, there cannot be desire. We cannot have desire about ourselves. Like eyes can see others, they can't see themselves. Therefore, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Manasam tu kim margane krute naiva manasam marga arjavat. When you, instead of comparing and complaining about the mind, find out this mind, what we talk about. What is that? See? The first three aspects of this Upadesha Sara, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi gives first few verses for Karma Yoga. Why Karma Yoga is done and what is Karma Yoga? Ishwararpitam Nechaya Kritam. We do whatever is to be done as our offering to the Lord, not for fulfillment of our desires. What will happen? As a result, our mind will be purified and we will be self-oriented. Because the karma should have impact on the mind, not outside. Second thing. Now mind is pure, but it is not single pointed, it is not available. Then do upasana. See? Then by that you control the mind, is pure mind, single pointed mind. The third thing, the mind has to be disciplined. Then the yoga is done. So all these three, karma, then upasana and yoga is done with a hypothesis that there is something called as mind. See? After these three things are done, then Bhagavan himself raises a question. Instead of trying to sort out about something which doesn't exist, then if mind is troubling, you find out, manasam tu kim, what is the mind? And when your inquiry goes, you come to discover naiva manasam, there is nothing like mind. And when you go further, then aham iti manaha, I is the mind. But which I? The Jiva I or the Brahman I? The husband man or the man? Both are men, isn't it? Husband is also a man is also a man. Now between these two, what is the real? In this manner, slowly when we inquire, we come to know that asya sattvam asatvam cha jagataha darshayate. When we take this Maya and the whole creation as real, then we are under the influence of the Maya. If we are able to accept and practice it, that things happen, good or bad, there is nothing new in this world happening. But we are so much under the influence of the Maya, everything should happen according to what I say, and it will never happen, you will be always miserable in life. See? So, prasaranacha sankochan yatha chitra patastatha. So, what we do, this mind which is troubling us, we enfold it, roll it up, and we go to sleep. And when the mind is again unfolded, the world comes out. Again, we fold the mind, again, the world disappears. So, everything is happening only in the mind. What is mind? Mind is consciousness. Mind is expression of consciousness. See? We are all seen here in the light. When the light is switched off, where all of them have gone, we don't see anybody. Again we switch on, we see everybody. See? In the same manner, when the mind is manifest, this world comes into existence. So the light in the bulb is the mind in us. So what is to be done? Switch off. Once I was seeing some animal planet things, one small child was sitting with me. And it was the thing that was going on. One tiger was running after a deer and he bounced on that. So this goes, Swamiji, close it, so close it. So the tiger is very bad, then very bad. So I switched off. I said, close? Yes, I said, close. The tiger is so bad, he was killing that small little thing. Then the question, when the tiger kills the deer, is he creating sin? See the question. When you kill somebody, it is sin or merit. So when she asked this question, her father was there. He said, why you ask Swami such funny questions? I said, no, it's not a funny question, you are funny. Her question is very intelligent. Then I told her, look here. If the tiger has to survive, he has to eat food, is it not? Yes. Now, eating food is a sin or a merit? Think. Bhagavan says in Gita, Shariram kevalam karma kurvan napnoti kilvisham. When we have hunger and we have desire for food, it is not a sin. But I want only this. Why that chole bhature has not come on time? Samsara begins. Life is so simple, friends. Life is like a cup of tea. It depends how you make it. You boil too much and make it bitter and suffer. See? Therefore, like the Chitrapata, when you open it, whole picture is seen. When you roll it, so when the picture is rolled, nothing is lost. See? Therefore, when the candle burns, nothing is lost. Energy can neither be created nor the matter can be destroyed. It's only mutually exclusive, either matter or energy. So, continuing further, अस्वतंत्रता ही माया स्यात् अप्रतीतिर्विनाचितिं स्वतंत्रापि तथैव स्यात् असंगस्य अन्यथा कृते. Now this Maya is very funny. Aswatantrata hi Maya. This divine potentiality of Bhagavan or Ishvara is aswatantrata. It doesn't have independent existence. See? The sweetness of the sugar cane is the Maya. Now this sweetness of the sugar cane does not create diabetes for the sugar cane. But it cannot influence the sugar cane. And it cannot remain independent of sugar cane. Therefore, chitim vina, without the consciousness, apratitehe, this Maya can never be known and therefore she is asatantra. She is not independent. She is dependent on the Paramatma or the consciousness. Tatha, similarly, asangatvasya. Now, like the venom in the cobra does not kill the cobra, in the same manner, this Maya does not influence the Brahman or Paramatma or consciousness. And yet, anyatha krute, yet, this Maya is creating such a vast world out of the same Paramatma, same Brahman. And this is how this Maya is very funny. See? And don't look Maya anywhere, it's us only. What is called Maya at the totality level is the mind at the individuality level. Our mind only says, without her I cannot live. The same mind without taking Achman says, because of her I cannot live. Ram, 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 Ram. Therefore, friends, if you want to really walk spiritual path, trust a cobra also. You know cobra? Kokunas the Brahman. So, you may trust a cobra, but don't trust your mind. Mind should be kept in strict discipline. No means no. See? That doesn't mean we should become curt. No. Our external lifestyle will be casual, simple, not very curt kind of thing. But while we are functioning in the outer world, our attention should be inside. Are we depositing likes and dislikes in our mind as a result of our interactions? That awareness is required. This is what Bhagavan said, Sukha dukhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddha yujasva naivam papam avapsasi. What is the papa? Everything is in pairs. There is no papa without punya. There is no punya without papa. See? Destruction of the railway tracks and railway bridges during the rule of Britishers was an act of patriotism. Now the same act becomes a terrorism. Therefore, we should be very clear about it that all these things are happening outside, less but more happening inside us, in our mind. Therefore, without this consciousness, this Maya cannot function. He is not independent. Isn't it? Without we are awake, the mind cannot function. So who is this I? This I is pure consciousness. But when the Maya is manifesting and we come under the influence of this Maya called the mind, then the samsara begins. So, to have desire in the mind is not an issue. But coming under the influence of the desire, then the samsara begins. See? Therefore, Bhagavan clearly told, he said, Prajahati yada kaman, kaman desires. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan. When we live at zero desire levels, we are living in God. How do we do that? Jo thari rahe so mari rahe. Marwadi bano. See? Even simply listening this, watch the status of your mind. Can you describe it? Did you get anything? Nothing. Mind is reverting back to consciousness. That freedom to get involved and the same freedom to withdraw is spiritual life. Not all the time withdraw. क्या हो गया? अरे यार क्या बताओ? Since I am realized, I don't feel interested in anything. No, then you are in depression. Not realize. See? Therefore, lead dynamic, cheerful, happy, and yet, or hold on to be on the divinity that we are. So chitim vina apratitehe maya hi aswatantra syat tatha asangasya anyatha krute swatantra api eva syat. So, although the burning power of the fire does not burn the fire, yet it makes the fire burn the whole world. See? Meaning what? When the burning power is unmanifest, it is with the fire. So the fire is not burnt because of the burning power. But when the burning power is manifest, it is not coming from outside, it is coming from the same fire. It will burn everything except the fire. Exactly the same way. There is no influence on the fire. Now look at it. All the colors and forms, they come out of the vision. They are supported by the vision. But none of them have any impact on the vision. But without the vision, nothing can be seen. The more you reflect in these lines, then you will see we will not unnecessarily get lost into why, because the sky is too high. न कूटस्थ असंगमात्मानं जगत्वेन करोति सा चिदाभास स्वरूपेण जीवेशो अपि निर्ममे. So this Maya, what is this? Asanga kutastha atmanam, this unattached self, kutastha, the substratum, the unchanging reality, is absolutely unattached consciousness itself. Jagatvena, now the same Paramatma or the Kutastha or the Brahman, whatever words you use, Jagatvena karoti. It makes a world out of that Paramatma. Then Chidabhasa Rupena, by reflecting in the thought, the same Maya makes the mind as the Jiva. So Chidabhasa Sarupena, Jiva Isho Nirmame. So when the totality is the conditioning, with the totality conditioning, Brahman is called as the Ishvara and individuality conditioning is called as the Jiva. So be attentive. One Brahman, one reality, with the conditioning of the Maya is Ishvara. The same reality with the conditioning of the Panchakoshas or Ajnanam or Anandamaya Kosha or Prajna is the Jiva. And the same reality with the conditioning of the name and the form is the Jagat. So one reality is divided into three because of the three types of conditioning. Now, out of these three, Ishvara means Paramatma plus Maya. We have no control on him. Jagat, name and form. We have no control on names and forms. Now what is left? We have to have control on ourselves. And what is that control? After body identification, Panchakosha identification, somebody is born. And that somebody takes himself to be finite, then desires, and the whole world is spent only in fulfilling the desires. But we don't look within. Have we attained a state of desire freedom? See? Now out of these three, we have no control on Ishvara, we have no control on the world, names and forms, so we have to have control on ourselves. So what should be the control? Control should be only freedom from desires. Therefore, yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya vadishitaha. Kathopanishad says, when all our desires are removed once for all. How do we do that? Living at zero complaint level, what is it? Okay, it's fine, don't worry. Everything is just fractional, it's not all the time. See? And we are all miserable, never for something great. Our miseries are silly. See? We are silly. See? Are we miserable? See, like Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Today also, mother did not talk to me and he used to roll on the floor. And for us, today also we did not get chole bhature, Ram, maro. Daridri. Are we born here only to eat? See? The day you understand this principle of spiritual life, that we have to work on ourselves, not on the world, not on God. And what is the work? Is this. Recognize your own divinity. And what is that? Jiva minus desire is equal to Paramatma. See? Jiva minus desire is equal to happiness. If our house is next to a DJ studio, we get all this sound music free, isn't it? We don't have to do anything, nothing. Who is Paramatma? He has no desires. So if we come to that state, desire, freedom from desire, then our neighbor is Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is Ananda Swarupa. So we will be also benefited by the proximity of the divine. Is it not our experience? At this stage, who are we? Man, woman, young, old, rich, poor? Nothing. Just being. On the basis of this, we tell different ways. Spiritual practice is not becoming extraordinary, but drop all the extra, including fat, and become normal. See? Spiritual practice is not gaining something, it's losing everything. It is not becoming, but it is unbecoming. It is not doing, but it is undoing. It is not achieving, but it is a total giving up. With this foundation, play the game of life. Wherever, wherever, whatever you are, be 100%. Play the game, no problem. But instead of that, we take the thing so seriously. Like this day, I told you that old Marwadi lady, when she was scolded by her husband, "Are bewkoof, thanda pani lao." So she naturally got hurt. So she said, "Swamiji, have you seen? He always abuses me, bad words. Even in front of you," he said. For other people, he said, "Now everybody knows." But in front of you, he has no control. He called me names, such a bad name, Bewkoof. I told, yes, he is right. She was surprised. She thought, that I support her. But my support was there. She didn't understand. You also say like that. I said, yes. Why? Had you been wise, you will never marry this fool. Then it's okay. See? The Bewkoof is balanced. Look at the world with the eye of wisdom. You can never be miserable in life. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.